Mr. Edmanson. We are just going to ask you a couple of questions today.
Fantastic, I'm looking forward to it.
What motivates you every day as a head teacher?
That is a very big question. For me, being a head teacher is about relationships, community, and people having the feeling that they really belong. So in terms of what motivates me, I would say it's the opportunity to have an impact on our community, however small, every day.
How do you ensure pupils' voices feel heard at Westbourne?
Okay, for me, this is very much about school culture. And I feel that we're lucky at Westbourne where we have a school culture which is open, inclusive, and where we're willing to listen. We do this through a number of different mechanisms, such as half-termly wellbeing surveys, through our junior and senior school councils. And then we have a number of forums set up, and I meet with those groups usually every 3 weeks or so. So that's our prefects, that's our equality forum, and that's also our food forum. But as you're here, would you say you feel genuinely heard and listened to at Westbourne?
I think I feel listened to, as we have a worry box outside of the pastoral office, and it's completely anonymous, so you can just put anything in there if you feel any worries.
I feel like I'm heard in the school because I came to student council with an option to say we need more engineering taster sessions for GCSEs, and you heard that, and now we have more taster sessions.
Can you share examples of how students with a range of abilities have succeeded at Westbourne?
Looking at our alumni, we've had success in a variety of different fields, from pupils going on to achieve success in the world of acting, to achieving critical acclaim in national poetry competitions, and we've even had a pupil go on to be a professional Formula One driver. I also think of one of our recent Year 5 students who took an early entry mathematics GCSE exam and achieved a grade 8 equivalent of an A-star, which is a fantastic achievement. Thinking of post-16 and careers opportunities, we also have a number of post-16 providers that we work with here at Westbourne, and they always commend our pupils for their attitude to learning and the effort they put into everything they turn their hand to. What's important, though, is that we have the mechanisms in place to really know our pupils and to challenge them.
What advice would you give pupils to make the most of their time at Westbourne?
Okay, I would say be open-minded to all the different opportunities that are on offer. I would say ensure that you put your utmost effort into everything and remain motivated. As well as that, have self-belief. Self-belief's really important. I think if you have that belief in yourself, coupled with that motivation, that's when we often surprise ourselves and achieve more than we're capable of.
If you were a student at Westbourne, what club or activity would you join?
Ooh, that is an interesting one. We do have so many clubs on offer. Our clubs are always evolving as well. The recent Airfix Club is quite a good example of that, but I would probably go for our school production. I really enjoyed performing arts when I was your age. I also love that it's a really inclusive opportunity at Westbourne because it's open to Year 5 all the way up to Year 11. And it's a great chance to be creative and work with others. We also hear from members of our community that it's one of the standout special events of the year. So I think I'd go with the school production.
What's your vision for the future of Westbourne School?
Firstly, it is key that pupils leave us with memories, knowing that they've achieved and done their best, and an awareness that Westbourne's been an instrumental part of their development. More tangibly, my vision for Westbourne School is that we continue to grow, that we're celebrated for our academic success as a non-selective school, and that we continue to develop our world-class learning opportunities.
What do you notice when you first arrive at school in the morning?
I would say an openness and a sense of welcome that's really, really special. There's a positive buzz around the school. It is lovely seeing our pupils arriving with smiles on their faces, saying good morning, And I also feel that the opportunity for a weekly coffee at least once a week with parents is a great opportunity to touch base.
Oh, that's nice.
Our motto at Westbourne is where you belong. So what does belonging mean for pupils with all abilities at Westbourne?
For me, it's the feeling that they feel safe, supported, part of something bigger. What's really special from my point of view is when you're part of Westbourne, it's as if you're part of a family. Now, I do feel again that we have a number of different support mechanisms in place to support our students to feel that way, whether we're looking at HAPS, our Higher Achieving Pupils programme, whether we are looking at learning support, or even if we're considering our smaller class sizes and fantastic teachers. I do feel strongly that Westbourne really is a place where anybody can feel that they truly belong.
What makes you most proud about your role as head teacher at Westbourne?
Without a doubt, you. It's our Westbourne pupils. You're so kind, respectful. You try your best at everything that we constantly throw at you. And I would say that a common thread is anytime we have visitors to the school, they're always commending our pupils on how polite and engaged they are. And that makes us, as your teachers, really, really proud.
Can you share a memorable moment that you've had with Westbourne pupils?
There are a number that are springing to mind here, but in terms of a few standouts, I would mention our intergenerational tea dance. We had a number of community members join us who had experience with professional dancing, many of them elderly, spending half a day in school with our senior school pupils, teaching them a number of different dances and dance routines. And I think just seeing those two groups come together really was quite special. Another one that I'm thinking of is Westfest. So Westfest happens at the end of every academic year. It's essentially our informal, very relaxed music festival. I think it's a great example of inclusivity at the school. Anyone that wants to take part and have an opportunity to perform on stage is able to. And that's great to see. And I know our families really, really enjoy it. And then I can't not mention our remembrance service. I feel our remembrance service, both for our pupils that are formally involved or informally involved, is a great example and one that really resonates with our community because they see our pupils demonstrate, I would say, such humility, respect and humbleness. And experiencing this over the last year, it made me really, really proud to be your head teacher. Now, thinking of those events, I know that you two in particular were both involved in Westfest last year, weren't you?
Yeah. We both performed in Westfest.
How did you find it?
It was really fun and the crowd is just really supportive.
Amazing. And what did you both perform?
I sung Fly Me to the Moon.
And I played guitar for Get Lucky by Daft Punk.
Brilliant. And I really remember that performance as well. Really enjoyed it. No, thank you both.
What do you think is the most important life skill pupils learn at Westbourne?
Definitely respect. Respect is obviously one of our key school values. For me, respect is very much about internationalism, multiculturalism, and appreciation of diversity. I also feel that respect is about those small touches. I feel that actions often speak louder than words. Holding a door open in the morning, saying thank you. I feel that respect is about self-care. I think self-respect is absolutely key. And I also feel respect is about empathy and empathizing and understanding what each other are going through. Also, in terms of our curriculum, I firmly believe that it's set up in such a way and we support in such a way that we do instill our pupils with a real idea and concept of what respect is. And I think that plays a large part in how you turn out to be such amazing role models and genuine young people.
What do you see as the most important values a school should promote?
This is a big question. I think I'll start by talking about our 4 school values. So we have excellence, and for me, I think of excellence both inside and outside of the classroom, and opportunities, diverse opportunities to excel. We have inclusivity and this idea of, again, feeling that you belong as a pupil, but also that you're understood. That makes me think of how we differentiate our work and how we support everyone as an individual. We also have resilience. I do feel that pupils should feel challenged, stretched, and sometimes supportively pushed out of their comfort zone. And as I've mentioned already, we have respect. And I feel it's about showing respect not only to yourself, to your peers in school, but also to our wider community. Now, underpinning all of those values, I would say, is that opportunity to demonstrate them in a supportive environment, but an environment where you as young people can thrive, develop, and truly be your best selves.
If you could join us on a school trip and go anywhere, where would you go with us and why?
Ooh, good question, because there are so many on offer. Some of them are very local, some a little further afield in the UK, and then we have our trips abroad. I would probably say our ski trip to the Italian Dolomites. It's a really nice opportunity to do something completely different, to be active, to take part in an exciting sport. I also love how inclusive that trip is, as it's open to year 6s all the way up to our year 11s. It would also be a great chance for me to hone my skills on the slope, because I'm a little bit rusty, I would say.
How do you celebrate the diversity of talents and interests among pupils?
Okay, firstly, I would say through a variety of choices and opportunities, knowing that every pupil is different. In terms of this concept of celebration, we do have a number of different ways we do that across the school day, week and year. Just to give a few examples, we have celebration assemblies every month. We make quite a big deal, I would say, of celebrating students in lessons and in tutor time. We also have our wonderful house system, which in one sense adds a competitive edge, but also allows an opportunity to celebrate pupils across our community. And as well as that, we've got our smaller class sizes, which make that idea of recognising pupil achievement much, much easier.
How do you prepare pupils for life beyond Westbourne?
Firstly, through the level of academic challenge in the classroom, but also supporting our pupils from a social and emotional development perspective and through the holistic opportunities that we offer. We're really lucky at Westbourne as well that we have a fantastic post-16 and careers programme. Now that runs throughout the school, mainly through our PSHE programme. We also have our online platform Unifrog, which allows our pupils to engage from a young and early age with what interests them and where their capabilities lie. Then, nearer the end of our senior school journey, our pupils every week in year 11 are visited by post-16 providers in and around Sheffield, and they have an explicit opportunity to learn what environment would best suit them and their individual needs when they move on and look at sixth form or college provision or maybe more vocational opportunities. It's worth noting as well that we have a fantastic post-16 and a careers fair running each year as well. So there's lots of opportunities to get to know what works for you.